Hello, welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. It's a beautiful Saturday, very beautiful morning. The sun is out fully. So if you do not have the sun in your country, I do understand, but in my country I think one of the things we are blessed with is that warm temperature. It's never too cold, it's never too hot. I think we have the best climate, we have the best weathers in the world. I mean, Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, everybody knows that. So make sure, if you're coming from Africa and you know Africa has the best weather in the world, hit the like button. And if you're coming from Europe and you know you would love to come to Africa because of our weather, because of that warm temperature, hit the like button as well. I'm not here to brag, I'm here to talk about the last game of the season, Arsenal up against Brighton. We have to impress. We want two players from Brighton, Lamptey Tariq and Yves Bissouma. We've got to impress. We've got to beat them to impress anyway. It's the last game of the season, and there is this kind of match day vibe that is in me. It was not in me for the last three games, and I told you, I felt like it's over. But I think this game all of a sudden has this kind of excitement because it's the last game of the season. We will not see Arsenal participate in the Premier League until August 14th. It also, for me, it really marks the beginning of transfers, and I really want to go down to transfers because I want us to recruit new players. I want us to go and build a formidable project that we can use next season. We've got to stop the nonsense, and what we have done this season has utterly been nonsense. That's it. So I'm going to look at the predicted lineup, how Arsenal could line up against Brighton in the last game of the season. Who needs to get a chance, who doesn't need to get a chance. Just to feed you in, this game might mean something to Arsenal because the Conference League is unable, is in an unable distance. So if Arsenal win this game and probably the likes of Everton and Spurs crumble, we could finish above Everton. We could also go into the European Conference League, the UEFA Conference League. I don't like that cup. I hate the name Conference League. I would rather not play Conference League. I would rather play FA Cup and Carling Cup. But anyway, let's get into the starting lineups and see who could actually start for Arsenal in that game. It's a very important one. Like I said, it's the end of the season. I don't want to end the season on a bad note. So ending the season, I'll go with Bandeno in goal. I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right about this. I've gone with Bernard Leno in goal. Gabriel Magalhaes, he's played a couple of games, by the way, Gabriel now, and I think he's becoming better. Should I say, Gabriel? I think in the last 3-4 games he's played, he's regaining that form he came with from Lille Metropole at the beginning of the season. So I think we are getting our Gabriel back. The only thing we have to do is now get him a right partner. In terms of partnership, we can only think about Rob Holding at the moment, but I think with some time to come, I don't know why the picture is not reflecting, sorry for that, but with some time to come, I think Arsenal will eventually get in a centre back. Reports have been reported that Arsenal want to get in a centre back. We have been linked with the likes of Adribayo from Fulham, the likes of Paul Torres, the likes of Joe Koundé. Of course, those are high profile signings, but we'll see what happens in the summer. Right back position, well, I'm gonna go with Callum Chambers because in this game we have to reward the best players for what they have achieved this season. I don't mean Rob Holding has been the best player, but we do not have an option in that regard. But I think Chambers has been the better right back ever since he was introduced in the squad. He has amazingly been this kind of player that you do not expect to be a top performer, but then he is a top performer. I think when we were signing him way back around, I think it was 2016 under Arsene Wenger, nobody expected us to have this kind of performance. Nobody. And I think I would keep him for another year and see how he progresses. I think he's been better than the likes of Cedric. He's been better than the likes of Hector Bellerin throughout the season. We can't lie. Left back, of course, there is only one name in that area. It's always Kian Tierney. It always goes down to Kian Tierney. However, we need to get in a backup left back. I've said this before. We need to get in a backup left back when Kian Tierney is injured. When Kian Tierney needs some rest, we need that person who can actually fill the void. And then I think Ryan Bertrand could do that well. It's not a transfer, so I don't want to go into much of transfers. Okay, in the midfield, it's as easy as Partey in there. I want to see Partey. I want to see Granit Xhaka. I don't know whether Xhaka is fit. But I want to see Granit Xhaka. I think Xhaka has been consistent this season, especially in the later half of the season. I think Thomas Partey is struggling. He needs to find his form. I think in the midfield, we should give Martin Odegaard his last game of the season. He deserves it. Now, there's so many people were telling me they're disappointed in Martin Odegaard. Truth is, Odegaard cannot lift this team alone. If you're gonna use a player like Martin Odegaard, you've got to surround him with quality players. Behind him, you put Pepe, but you've also got to put players like Kamavinga. He works well with quality players. That is the player he is. So the moment you deny him the quality, he's never gonna deliver. The front three, I need to reward. So I'll reward. I just want to make it controversial. So Saka to the left. I mean, that's enough jeopardy. That's enough controversy. Saka to the left, to the right hand side of the midfield, where I think I'll put Gabriel Martinelli. I think Martinelli has been brilliant this season. All the games he has had, a few of them, by the way, he has proven that he is relevant. And for me, as long as the player proves that they are relevant to the project, they are relevant to the team, there is no way as to why I don't give them football. I think Pepe has been brilliant. I think Saka has been brilliant, but Martinelli has proven to be relevant. In the last game we played against Crystal Palace, I mean, he gets that goal and the game changes, 90+1. And I didn't do a match reaction, but we'll do a match reaction about this. So there's so many things to reflect about. That's the truth. But Martinelli and Saka, you've got to think about them. And this is crazy. I'm gonna go for Nicola Pepe as my striker. So I think the likes of forget Lacazette, forget Aubameyang. I think Nicola Pepe, Martinelli, and Saka, they are my best three this season. My best three up front this season, and I'm not kidding. I've left out Emile Smith-Rowe because I know he'll get a lot of playing time next season, especially with the likes of Martin Odegaard leaving the club. Let me know your comment in your comments down below. Who would you start for the end of the season game? And I think we shall beat Brighton hands down, something like 2-1. Is that hands down? Okay, 2-1 or 3-1. I think we shall beat Brighton. End of the game, end of the season, we rarely disappoint. Arsenal rarely disappoints in the end of season games. We always win them, and the truth is they always mean nothing. For me, this game doesn't mean much. I mean, there are people who are telling me, because this game means something, and I'm asking myself, what does it mean? What is it? Going to the Conference League is a disgrace for me. Arsenal shouldn't be going there. Those shouldn't be our ambitions. That's the truth. Arsenal Football Club, our ambition should be far away from the UEFA Conference League. But anyway, since it is a European competition and it might attract some players to the club because we are in Europe, maybe we need it. I'll speak to you very, very soon. Hit the like button, people.